Okay, hello everybody. Hope you can hear me. Somebody shout out to me. Let me know if you can hear me and see the PowerPoint.
I can hear you and see the PowerPoint.
Yep, same.
Excellent. I see we have a full house, all four of us.
I can see the PowerPoint and hear you.
That's great. That's what we needed to do. It's going to be a short presentation, not to worry. I'm hoping when we get done, though, we all get ready and pumped up, ready to go outside and get some work done or in the house and move around. Keeping fit at your desk is what this is called. My name's Nick Giovanetti. I work in the fitness center, and just recently I've been moved to the health science division, where I'm helping out Dean Cameron and all the different areas that happen to be developed over there, the many different programs at the East Campus there. So a little bit about me. I'm a certified strength coach with National Strength and Conditioning Association. Have a bachelor's in exercise science, master's in kinesiology, master's in higher education, with the focus on the community college. I've been doing strength and conditioning with Texas Western University the last 3 years with their football team, assistant strength coach, independently. The 11 years here at Tarrant County College in the fitness center, done personal training, strength coach, also adjunct teach, done some research, a couple things got published, just co-authored on them, and that's basically my background. And just putting that out there for those that don't know me, just so you know kind of where I'm coming from, not to brag, but just where I'm at. And like everybody else that is enthusiastic about exercise and being health and fitness, the recent pandemic is just thrown a whole wrench into everybody's workout routine. Coming home is really a place that's for relaxation, away from work, and to get a full exercise, structured physical activity is really kind of hard to change that routine when it's someplace that is for relaxation, not for work. And I'm sure if any of y'all heard of the quarantine 15, that kind of that little coin phrase that they're putting out there. A lot of people have been gaining weight, sitting down a lot, sedentary. You know, it's the most preventable death is sedentary disease, sitting too much. So I wanted to talk about that and just give some insight and remind us how important it is to stay moving. I know we're at home because it's safe. We're having this virtual meeting here because of coronavirus to stay healthy. That's how we're staying out of the gym because of it and out of the workplace. But on top of it, we're also doing some unhealthy things by sitting too much. So as I move the slide to the next one, hopefully it moves here. And I'm going to be looking, once I get through the PowerPoint, I'll be looking for any questions at the end. So if you type in the questions, we'll go through that. One moment because it's struggling here. Okay. Let me see. I guess I'm going to have to do with the slides here on this time. So quarantine equal physical inactivity. I found this in the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology. Just recently came out in July. There are all types of research coming through. I looked in Google search, other reputable sources as far as what's coming out with different research, studies, so many different things with the coronavirus. And they're showing that the 18 to 64 years is the most affected by this coronavirus. Accounts for 70% of all severe cases. Now, why do I bring that up? I bring that up because a big chunk of the people, as they added, that are having the high severe cases do have some pre-existing conditions. It's like diabetes, cancer. One in particular, obesity, is a tremendous factor that they're noticing with people having severe cases. Now, it does affect people that are healthy too, because as we all know, there's no immune system immunity towards this novel coronavirus. But the people with some pre-existing conditions, especially with overweight and obesity, are finding the severe cases and obviously the most detrimental effect as far as death. So we also want to be able to prevent that We can prevent that with some exercise and help us combat that if we're unfortunate to contract the disease. Something else that's been happening when we're sitting at the desk a little too long is, our body composition, fat weight, gaining more, especially within our cardiovascular system. Our heart sitting is tremendously bad. It's up there with smoking. I mean, it can affect how you're thinking, with cognitive, with your heart, your blood pressure, your digestive system, nearly every system in the body, your musculoskeletal system, affect muscle. Muscles start getting smaller. All host of enormous amount of unfavorable things happening with your metabolic system. I don't have to say much more. I think we all understand that getting out of shape is not good for us, and it's going to hurt. Other factors related to our sitting around, physical inactivity. Probably the biggest ones, if you look down at the bottom of the bullet points, is frustration, depression, sadness, mental health. It's looking at the screen too long. It can bug us out, not being around other human beings. The gym was a social area. It's fun to connect, to be a part of. You meet your friends there. The gym, for me talking about it, I miss the gym a lot. That's my whole career. I live in there. I'm a gym rat. So I'm the one guy hurting the most that the gym's closed. I can't wait to get back, but I understand why I'm not there, because to be healthy. So we got to combat this and still be able to still move. You don't have to be in the gym to keep fit.
Excuse me for a second. I'm sorry to interrupt. I don't think any of us are seeing the PowerPoints.
Anymore?
Yeah, I don't think we are.
No,
I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it either.
Okay, well, let me check here 1 minute. Thank you for jumping in there and let me know.
You're welcome. Sorry about interrupting.
That's fine. Let me hit share screen again. How about now? Can we see it now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. That's fine. Anytime something like that, please interject. We're all living in this technology extra age here, so we're all adjusting with it. I'm more the Zoom Blackboard Collaborate person versus Teams. My brother, he works in health system, and he does Teams a lot. He loves Teams. So everybody has their little preference, on what they like. But as long as we see it, we're back on page here. So we're talking about exercise. We're talking about sitting around. We're talking about that has detrimental effect, just like any type of thing that has where you're sitting too long. Truck drivers, high rates of cardiovascular disease, obesity. Any people in heavy in corporate America that are sitting around, really bad. And then obviously, within our field now, in higher education, we're behind this computer even more. And we know it. We don't like it. We want to get up and move. We're going to go to the gym. Now the gym's closed, and that's a big, a big negative on our part. What are we going to do? So what can we do? Have you done any exercise? We might have the idea to jump out there and do some work, but if you don't know, if you feel like I don't have a gym, so I can't do anything, you just feel a little lost. That's understandable, but we can do something. We can get moving. You just have some type of parameter. Just give me type of direction where we can do to get ourselves away from the desk. It's going to help us do our job better. We're going to perform better all the way around, reduce the stress, all the health benefits that come with it. We got to keep moving. Basic recommendations from the American College of Sports Medicine, also reiterated within the CDC, also reiterated within many different articles of research. 150 minutes of moderate intensity exercise, that means a physical activity, or 75 minutes of vigorous intensity within a week. So that's for a week. Moderate intensity is going to be anything, we're going to get your heart rate up and you're feeling the sweat, you're moving through it, just basing off a rating of perceived exertion, where you feel like you're doing some type of work where from 1 to 10, 10 being the hardest thing that you've ever done, 1 being the easiest thing you've ever done. You want something around 5 or 6. So maybe you're walking up a hill. You feel a little bit heavy work that you're putting in, but not so much that you're going to die. That's the kind of where you want to be within that. About 30 minutes a day, 5 times a week, that it comes out to 150 minutes. That's going to be great for your heart. Great aerobic capacity. It's going to help you. 75 minutes, if you're someone that's trained, that's been used to it, you've been in the gym so much, you're enjoying it, that's kind of your lifestyle, you can go to 75 minutes of vigorous. You're pushing up a little bit harder. You're about an 8 or 9, where you're really giving that full effort, really connecting to your musculoskeletal system. But the best thing for everybody is walking. Get up and walk. Now, obviously we got to be out by our desks, so we're working. So I can't just get up and walk away. You got to be around it. So maybe if I stand up at my desk, could that help as well? Well, possibly. It's better than sitting. But even standing and showed to not help us all is not to help that much either. You want to be able to move your body. And there's some recommendations that go along with that. Bear with me. I got just a few slides. It's not that many. And then we'll go through all the questions, and hopefully I can answer them perfectly for you. So aerobic versus anaerobic, we're thinking about oxygen intake. We're thinking about musculoskeletal system. We're thinking about our flexibility. You want to have something that works with all those different things. It's worth the while to invest in some resistance bands, mats, different area. Make an area within your home where you can do some exercise, preferably next to your work area that you have at your desk. If you have a desk that stands up where you can where you can stand up, that would help as well. You can sit at times, but then stand up. You want to move around. Every 20 minutes, you want to get up and move. Stand for about 2, but then you need to move for about 8 minutes. If you have stairs at your home or the apartments, walk up and down the stairs. That's great. Even if you walk around your house, that's fine. If you're in apartments, walk around the apartment complex, come back, get the body moving. It's going to be tremendous. Notice, that's pretty much every 30 minutes you got to do that, right? An 8-hour day. You can reduce some of that as well if you go ahead and add your regular exercise routine and you take about 60 minutes of the day out to do some type of exercise. You can break that down. But they've even shown in studies, people that are physically fit, that exercise on a regular basis, even if they've done a really hard exercise routine, maybe they did 60 minutes every day, they're getting after it. If they're spending the bulk of the day, 8 to 9 hours still sitting, they're having just as many detrimental effects to their cardiovascular system and their musculoskeletal system as people that don't exercise at all and are completely sedentary. So you have to keep moving. Just keep moving to stay alive. Keep it to keep your immunity up. Keep you stronger, to do better with your work, your cognitive functioning, all the type of things that you can think of that are going to help you perform as a professional. You need to keep moving. Your body is so incredibly important to maintain its health. And we're doing this stuff to staying out of the gym to be healthy, but then we're doing the most unhealthy thing by just sitting around. Even things as just leisurely movements, gardening, planting flowers, taking out the trash, go ahead and clean the house even more. You have your regular cleaning routine, whatever it is, it's okay, add a little bit more, take time to dust a little more, rearrange books, change things out. And now it's time to really invest a little more into your habitat where you're at. All those little things help tremendously. As long as you're moving, you're burning calories, and those calories are counted, and you're making the most of it. Maybe you're someone that exercise was your thing already. You were a gym rat. You had all the gym clothes. You're doing competitions. You're into competitive races, or you're doing CrossFit. You're ex-athlete or an athlete at the time. You can't get in the gym either. We have plenty of them at our work as well. And I know it hurts not to go into the gym, and we'll be back soon. So stay tuned. But if you're no longer a novice and you're used to exercise, you can still do things as well. Be creative. Understand those movements that you've done before when you've lifted, to try to hone down and try to really perfect them. even more. It's about movement. Our bodies are made to move, not to sit. Strive for variety. So maybe you used to work out with the leg press machine. You don't have that anymore. Maybe you can, you have a wheelbarrow at the house, put some bricks in it and, pick it up and move that around. Some people used to build muscles by work and not working out. So you go back to that. Invest in the specialized equipment to really get the stimulation with the musculoskeletal system, cardiovascular system. For some people that have been training for a long time, specialized equipment is necessary to have to help to get that stimulation, that physiological stimulation. It's worth the investment. We invest in all types of different things in our house. We might get the new TV, different type of electronic system, because we're going to be quarantined, stuck in the house. So you want the full gamut of the surround system and all that. Save that. Don't worry about it. Invest in exercise equipment. Invest in creating that area that's going to be your place for physical fitness. It is well worth it. It is your body. So take time to really think about your budget. It's okay to get those things. So think about that and step away from the desk. You're a high intensity person, invest in the battle ropes, get those. And if you're not, it's okay to get them as well. Get into it. Apart from all the exercise, we're getting up, we're moving, we're talking about staying physically fit. The basic recommendations: every 20 minutes, get up, stand up for about 2, walk for about 8, get back down. That coincides and is coupled with your exercise routine, I might add. Don't ever forget, proper nutrition is critical. You got to have proper nutrition. Fruits and vegetables, colorful palette. Understand your calorie output. You're sitting down more, maybe you're not burning as many calories as you did before when you walked around the campus, when you walked to the coffee shop, when you walked to the your neighbor's desk or cubicle, or you went down the hall to go to the copy center, or just going to meetings around the campus. We don't do that anymore. All this stuff is virtual. This week is the Connections Week. Normally we would have had a chancellor's breakfast. We would have walked around and seen old friends and high-fived and hugged and did all those things. We would have been on our feet for a while, all that kind of stuff. Walking from parking far in the parking lot and walking to campus. We've missed out on burning those calories, those little bits of physical activity. We've missed out. So it's important that we make up for that as well. So with that in mind, think about your proper nutrition. Exercise plus proper nutrition is going to equal the health benefits that you need to help you stay healthy, to help reduce overweight, obesity, any type of ailment, diabetes, things like that. So if we do, hopefully we don't, but if you do connect something like coronavirus, you may have a body healthy enough to combat it. So apart from that, I'm going to stop sharing so I can see what everybody's been writing in as far as questions. Thank you for listening. Sorry about the little mix-up on the...
Yeah.
Let me switch back here. If I can connect to everybody. Okay. Okay. So I'm back now. Can everybody see me, or y'all still see the PowerPoint?
I see all the people that are listed.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, let me see what kind of questions you have. Do you have any questions, anybody out there?
I do.
Yes.
I was wondering, is there a way you can send us that PowerPoint?
Well, this PowerPoint, this session is being recorded, and yes.
Right. Some of the PowerPoint wasn't showing up.
Okay, yeah, it can be sent. I'll get it sent to like on a campus thing. It didn't show up on the last part also.
No, the last part it did, but the first part is what I
you
really
missed
would
out
like
on.
to see.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I'll get that sent out to y'all.
Thank you.
Okay. What about someone who used to do vigorous training but stopped for the past 8 months? Would you recommend the vigorous or perhaps their medium? I would recommend starting off slowly. You lose a lot of your exercise level, your physiological, cardiovascular, muscular level after 2 weeks. Just within 2 weeks, you can drop almost 30%. Completely sedentary, you can lose up to 70% of your muscle mass. That's like people if you had like you're in a cast or something like that. So no, I would not jump completely back into vigorous activity right away. That could have some serious complications. You might see some acute injuries. It's going to hit you like a ton of bricks. That would not be a safe thing and not recommended. So definitely ease back into it. You can get back to the level, but I would not do that. Should we also get glasses for when we are using the computer? One thing with using the computer, I would not use it too much at night as far as in the dark and just the screen. That high level of light affecting your eyes can increase a level of stress within the neurological system. It actually can mess up your ability to sleep. Sleep is very critical. Wish I brought that up more. But yes, stay away from the screen at night. Don't be in front of it too much. If you need glasses, obviously you're going to need them for the screen. But you should get a bigger screen. Don't look at it at night with just the screen itself. Ease on it. Have some light within the room when you're in there. Usually sunlight helps a lot. So tremendous to help as you're looking at your desk screen. Okay, let me see. I'm making sure I get everybody's questions here. How can we motivate ourselves to be consistent with our exercise? Motivation, yes. There are connections that you can make as far as virtual groups of exercising. I'm trying to connect one up right now, although I moved to health science, but I was trying to have one, just our community, where we can meet and we can, you can have some workout apps that you can take a screenshot of how far you ran, and then from there you can compare with other people, and y'all can work on putting so many miles together as a team. So you're all working together. Hey, I walked so many miles. I walked this many miles. You can have little groups like that. You can still make it a social thing, exercise, without having to be connected. One thing about exercise too, as far as training and movement, it's the gym area that is a higher rate of contracting things like the coronavirus, because you're in a closed area. You have oscillating fans. So if someone coughs, it's all over the place, right? Those droplets. Outside, they've already shown a lot of studies where the transmission is reduced tremendously. So meeting people outside, you're in a park, you can stay apart, kicking a soccer ball or just even walking together. You can still visit, you can still talk, you can still have that exercise community. So yes, that'll help with your motivation and staying connected. Should we also, what do you suggest for someone with MS? Definitely bands and anything that helps with those types of movements. I'm sure you might have been in areas where they've had type of workout material with that. Anything that can stimulate the muscles. Different types of vibrating machines help as far as with the muscle getting that stimulation. That usually works. I suggest everybody get workout bands. Make sure you have a safe area where you can, in case you fall or something like that, you're going to, fall in a soft spot. Holding yourself, isometric contractions. You kind of hold yourself up. Like if you're in a wheelchair, you can hold yourself up on your elbows, squeeze your abs, contract the muscles from there. You're getting those muscles to tighten. So you're contracting them. They're feeling resistance. Even if it's an isometric resistance, you're working the muscles there. Any other questions? Or did I miss anybody here? Okay. Well, I'm glad that everybody showed up. I'm happy to talk with anybody else outside. I'm obviously in the book where you can email me and connect with me if you have any types of exercise questions. Okay, Kathy has a question. What's that, Kathy?
Oh, my hand was raised when I couldn't see the screen. I forgot to lower it.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Actually, I do have a question.
Sure, go right ahead.
Okay, so you know those things that go underneath the desk for your legs? You pedal them,
Right.
right? Would that be good to get as well for someone who sits at the desk all the time?
Yes, I mean it's moving the body, keeping the blood flow a little more. Remember, your heart has to pump. With one pump, it's got to send blood all the way down to the end of your toes and all the way back up to your heart. That's why sitting's so bad, because it's not gonna, you got to make a turn at the hip and down through the knees and up through the ankles and back through with one push of your heart and get it all the way back up with the venal return to the heart. And if you're doing that, it's going to help return the blood back. The blood's got to come through. We have different types of areas in the veins where the blood pools a little bit. That's where varicose veins come, when those valves break down and the blood pools within them. If you keep that body moving, you can help reduce that, help reduce cramping. So that helps to a point. I would not use that as a substitute for getting up and walking. Definitely get up and move. If you can't walk, if you're in a wheelchair bound, get up in as far as moving your wheelchair, move your arms. Shadow boxing is great too. You can add that in when you walk, moving the upper body. Your arms are closer to your heart. So when you move your arms at a little more rapid pace, you're actually going to get your heart rate up a little bit higher too. So anything that gets that heart rate up above resting is going to help increase burning of calories, help with your physical fitness. So definitely I would recommend it, but that would not be my end all be all, and that would cover me. You got to get up and do a lot more. Has anybody seen any kind of crazy workout things for people at the desk? And oh, somebody's here. Lucia sent something. Would yoga be an option for the 8 minutes? Yoga would. Yoga is really good for reducing your heart rate. Yoga is awesome for flexibility, which is a very important part of physical fitness. On our health-related physical fitness components, we concern ourselves with our cardiovascular system, our musculoskeletal system, our body composition, and flexibility. Yoga helps really work the musculoskeletal system and flexibility, which is great. It's going to burn calories because you're moving, but you definitely want to move that heart a little bit more. That heart health, you really need to get going and think about the heart first, because that is our most important muscle within our body. That is the most important physical fitness component as far as health related, is your heart. So no, do not want to negate yoga. Do yoga, but I would incorporate that into one of my exercise routines throughout the week. So yes, yoga is very important. Keep you lowering that stress. Any type of physical fitness movement is going to be great, but remember, your heart is where it's at. That's the first thing. So do that. That the yoga definitely can help with your resistance training. Another thing with the resistance training, a lot of us, since we don't have the weights, we're used to the weight machine. Think about what is exactly resistant training. We say resistant training because it's resistance that we're pushing against, that we're moving against. Something is holding us back, and our musculoskeletal system is contracting to help move and push against some other type of opposing force. So anything that has of some weight that you had to put forth some effort, that's going to be resistance. You pick up the milk jug, you got two equal size, curl them a couple times. You just lifted some weights, right? Moving, like I said, if you have a wheelbarrow, put some weight in it, pick it up, move it around. Anything that has some type of resistance. Gravity is a great resistance. That's why you just have your body. If you do a body weight squat, you're going to be great. If you're uncomfortable doing a squat, you may feel like you're going to move, put a chair against the wall. You can squat down where you barely touch the chair. You can come back up, If you lost your balance and fell down, all you're going to do is fall down on the chair. It's going to keep you safe. Kitchen counter. You're going to have one hand on the kitchen counter. That way you keep your balance. You can pick one leg up, hold that leg there, help you with your balance, help strengthen those muscles around the ankles, any of those type of things that could possibly roll. You could roll an ankle or hurt a tendon, things like that, strengthen from there. Kneading dough. You don't have to cook you don't have to eat all the bread, but kneading dough really helps with strengthening the muscles within the forearm, the flexors, the extenders, all the muscles within the fingers. You're rolling, you're kneading dough, things like that really help. All types of stuff within the house that you're going to be using your muscles, and it's resistant training and it's helping. Okay, I used to use the walls a lot. Do wall push-ups and sit-ups. Yeah, do wall push-ups and sit-ups, and then continually progress. So whatever resistant training everybody's doing at the time, continually progress. You'll get to the point where a wall push-up will end up being a regular push-up. Maybe it's a regular modified push-up, but then go on and try to do a non-modified push-up. And then go on from maybe you only did one full great push-up. Let's try to do 2 full great push-ups, and you move on from there. You get to the point where you know what, it's time to invest in some hand weights, some resistant bands. There's all types of wonderful resources out there that can help you to show different type of movements. The human body is made to move. It's not made for sitting all the time. The way our bones are connected, just the biomechanical makeup of how we move mechanically is made to move at speeds to connect and manipulate our fingers to work things like a keyboard, to walk through uphills and downhill. We have a thermal regulatory system for sweating, so we can go into different environments. We can go out in the cold, we can go out in the heat. Obviously we got to be safe, but we can do things like that. We're made to move, so there's really no excuse for us to stay sedentary within the house. And it's going to keep us healthy and help us, God willing, we don't get sick, but help us combat something if we were to get it. So anybody else, any questions out there, anything else? Okay, well, I'm going to sign off. Like I said, if anybody had any questions, you can email me. Be stay tuned. The gym should be opening, I believe, hopefully in the next semester. Maybe whenever they give me word to open it up, I'll have different safety protocols. If you've joined a gym right now, one like in a corporate gym, like a Fitness Connection or something like that, just be wary to wear your masks. Always keep it sanitized, clean, those kind of things like that. You can't be safe in there. I would go at times when there's less people, usually early in the morning, midday sometimes. Usually evening times is usually packed. More people go after work. But definitely there is reason to be moving to keep your body healthy. It's going to help you be better professional at everything you do. So thank you, everybody, for joining this session. I hope y'all have a good Connections week, and let's have a great semester, okay?